back, y'all.
We back and we mad. We better talk to this guy who brags a lot. His name, Braggy.
That broggy greatness.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that broggy greatness, I said. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Ready?
Saw that light in the air.
New to the city, friend? The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Welcome. My name's Broggy, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment for youths such as yourself, so finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem.
Humes?
Sorry, did you say Humes? I'm actually a healer. Which one?
I'm sorry, did you say Humes?
Yeah, in Final Fantasy 11 they're called Humes.
Aye?
Something wrong? Oh, try to get comfortable.
Wait, would it be different thing to if you were a different race? Like if you're
Yep.
Vieira?
Yeah, the Vieira are called something else too. I don't remember what though.
Because we look like humans, so humans.
I think he's about to go over what the different ones are.
Something else.
Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a human like you, and the taller one is an elf instead of an elephant. The sturdy individual over there is a Galgant
So.
instead of a Rogadin.
Oh.
Whilst the one with the horns is a Drod instead of a...
What are those called?
I don't know.
That's escaping me at the moment. I can't remember.
And that's new to us.
And that's an Amalja.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have the large, scaly chaps with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zun instead of the Almalja.
Yeah.
And what are you?
You're a lion.
You're a Hrothgar, right? Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from.
The same place as the Exarch.
Ah, the same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they've floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry. Should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions.
New stranger Broggy has taught you about the peoples of the first.
We're a human.
Cool. Now let's go talk to the gatherer and crafter lady. I think is the last one.
Yes, and I will be speaking for her.
Huh?
I'll be speaking for her, right?
Yes. A crystalline mean. Because that's a mean crystalline.
Okay. I apologize if I burp in the middle of me talking, because I feel like I have a burp coming on. Maybe not. Ooh, there's planty plants. Planty plants. Hey, that's the guy we were just talking to. Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? Not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city? Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking. So it's a so-and-so sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too, thanks to us and the mean. We work together to procure materials and resources, and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate like those Elmoran layabouts. Here in the Crystarium, we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor. You don't have that whiff or indolence about you like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where's it you're from?
Where the Exarch is from?
One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say? I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours.
Woo!
It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air.
I can hear Journey in the background.
Oh, wasn't long before the droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up, with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower. The place gradually expanded to the thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looked the same as he did back then. He's indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you are to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. Just ask for Catalyst and you'll find you a...
And I'll find
you a... niche here in the crystalline mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning.
I like your accent. You did it perfectly. That was great.
The Crystarium.
The Crystarium.
You don't get that well.
The Dosal Gate.
Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clearer picture of this world and its people? High, and high. Yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but 'twas necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted that details were sparse. The structure is, in fact, the selfsame one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. So he said this one is the one from the source. Yeah, interesting. Maybe we'll find out more about that. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. find out, won't we?
It is.
Travels of North. You've done as I requested, and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain, and explained what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters, however. I must go on ahead to the tower.
I thought it was privacy.
Yes. Huh?
I thought it was privacy. Is it privacy?
Well, some people say privacy, some people say privacy. I mean, we say privacy, but a lot of people in other countries say privacy. Go on ahead, especially when they're referring to where their room in their house, they call it privacy. At least that's what I've heard. But I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. The tower's gate lies open then? Just like that? Then Grahatia is... Rachel? Because remember, the doors were sealed shut so that you can't get in while Grahatia was sleeping. And so he's like, what? The doors are open? You can go in? So Grahatia is like awake?
Yeah, the second one. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? Yeah, the doors were shut when he went to sleep, after we defeated the dude at the top of the Crystal Tower. An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it best that we focus on the present. Interesting. What did happen to Grahatia? Greetings, madam. The exile awaits you within. You can just talk. You don't have to keep whispering.
Oh, okay, so I can spoil everything?
You can't spoil anything.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure Grahatia isn't. Because he was wearing red. He's wearing red right now. And the last time we met him...
crystal skin, though.
Yeah. And we were an alligator.
And I don't see a tail.
Welcome
Might be covered by his robe.
We can speak here
It's
without
never
fear
covered
of
by the
being
road. It
heard.
always comes out. Okay, shh.
I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world.
I can't
Pray
even
keep
hear.
that in
You
mind.
can't hear?
Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions. To put it simply, they are here in the first. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source.
It's causing an echo. Turn it down just a little bit.
In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted. That said, we seem to be entering a period of near
Their
equivalence.
time can be
And
different.
thus, for the moment,
Or it used to be.
you need not overly concern yourself with the
Entering a
passage
period of near
time.
equivalence.
As for your companions, however,
See, look.
Yustola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told.
So they've been here for 3
While
years.
Thancred's count stands
Thancred's
at
been here for
5.
5 years.
Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino
Alphino and Alize have been here for
have
almost
lived
a year
in the
already.
first for almost a year.
So they've been here for a long time, some of them. Even though it's only been like a few days for us in our time.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my
Let's go over this a little
fumbling
bit.
hand
I don't
closed
have any
upon
room
those
over
to
here.
whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my sins, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they
Thancred's
are
like,
in
oh, always
truth
show up somewhere naked.
spirits.
I know, right?
Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here. Unable
They
to
can't, so
return.
they can't go back because it was an incomplete transformation or transfer. Yeah, they're stuck here. Their bodies are in the source, whereas us, our spirit and body came over, and so we can go back and forth. But just their spirit came over, and so they can't go back and forth.
So, So how they gonna help us with all the future expansions? They'll find a way to send them. I'm just kidding. What have they been doing all this time?
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift.
What vision?
In that chaotic no man's land between realms, time and space
talking about, like, when we were
blend
following that place?
in unexpected ways.
He saw the
What
future.
Urianger saw
We saw the past.
was the future. That which would one day come to pass.
So Urianger saw the future.
We just saw the
In his
past.
vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source.
So the whole place was taken over by light.
This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scions.
I was about to say
So what-
mosquito.
He watched you die.
Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion, and he watched you die.
And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours.
So, if this world had been taken over by light, and light had flooded forward to the source, the Scions would have perished, including the Warrior of Light. And so that's why they didn't try to go back, and now they're trying to figure out how to resolve this world's issue with light. Does that make sense? You remember the
We not dying. I'm not dying.
remember the Black Rose?
What?
The Black
Oh,
Rose?
yeah.
That poison?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the light going into the world caused that poison to work really well. So well that it killed a bunch of people. So, they'll talk about it later, but I'm just kind of telling you, explaining it so that it makes sense. You got any questions so far?
No.
Okay.
Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity.
They have to get rid of the Sin Eaters to keep the calamity from happening.
Where they at,
Considering
though?
these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
For the moment. Aye, but I'll see you keep that promise. For want of a better choice.
First one.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
So basically like an inn.
Yeah. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants. which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along. Like, didn't we already get an introduction and get to see all this stuff? Why are we seeing it again?
This is so boring.
Oh, right. I know why. Never mind. We'll see.
This is the Musica Universalis,
This
the
is
commercial
excited.
heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here.
But what about a retainer? We need a retainer.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
What about a retainer? We need people to hold our stuff.
Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower,
Well, that's convenient.
some of which may be familiar to you.
Tomes! Yes, more tomes. Just what we needed.
Yeah.
Look, she's like, what? Not more tomes!
And those look like phones.
I thought the same thing. She's like, no, not again.
Why?
Because that's what we've been doing this whole
But I
time.
fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world.
Yes! We need a retainer. All our stuff's back in the
A
source.
Van Kerm Sin?
Huh? What?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
It's a fairy! I love fairies.
My dear Feo U, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine lady is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from her home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
Huh?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift? How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin. But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Yes.
Just as I thought.
Teeth
Then
and
you've a good
nails.
stout connection with your home, through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth, I will be your Isnefis, and you my Snayak. Like the
Adorable,
branch which
adorable
sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other. Raise your hand.
Huh?
Not you.
I know.
Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come, on then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Mayhap her message to your friends in the Source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Katara. Yeah. Because she watched me leave.
Consider it done.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium.
Parasols. Parasols.
Right,
Parasols.
we were going to organise a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
Now we get to unlock the inn.
There better be a retainer in there.
There
Like
is.
the bell.
Failure Ul's our retainer.
Oh, so it's not a little...
Okay, as a result of your pact with Fail Ul, you now have access to delivery moogles, market boards, and summoning bells all in the first. There you have it. Alright, and then after that we'll be able to get on with the story.
Like the real story.
Yeah.
This is like introduction.
Ah, there you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here at the Pendants for the duration of your stay, to make use of it as you see fit. When you are ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray, rest and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the Ocular Anon. I believe that covers all of the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call, Katara. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. A pleasure to meet you, miss, and welcome to your new home at the Pendants. The room is ready if you'd care to retire.
Pretty. It's nice. It's a lot different than ours.
Yeah,
It's way nicer.
it is.
Yeah, way nicer. Yeah, it's way nicer.
But the lights. Huh?
You.
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the Source.
The
Warrior
War
of
of
Darkness?
Darkness.
And who are you?
The War of Darkness. Ah.
What? Did you just... You can hear me? Oh, gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the Source. A daft one, looking back. If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the Source, and tried to hasten their goddamned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia. how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the first. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness. Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood?
It's been 100 years.
100 years. 100 long years.
No one can see him. He can't pick up nothing. Can't drink. Can't eat. Not that he gets hungry.
My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges.
That's when he's all dark and stuff.
Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
I'm here to save this place, son. Something you couldn't do. Oh, shit. We were called here by the Crystal Exarch.
You were summoned to save the first.
Yes, sir.
A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end.
Poor Ardbert.
Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
They looked at him as a hero in the beginning until they defeated the final darkness person, and then all the light started swallowing everything, and so then people started to look at them as bad guys, like, you're the reason for this. Alright guys, well, I guess we'll have to go ahead and call it. It's time to get these babies to sleep. Hopefully we'll be able to stream either tomorrow or Monday. But that's the introduction to Shadowbringers. So for our 77th live stream, that's the introduction. And so next time we stream, we'll be getting into the good stuff, right? We'll be getting to the end of the introductions, because we still gotta go meet our partners. You know what I'm saying? Go meet the partners. And hopefully we can make it all the way to the first dungeon on the next one. So, nice. Alright, well, we appreciate you all for watching. And if you don't stop throwing that thing all over the place, we'll see you in the next one.
See ya. Bye bye. Boom. Bye-bye. Well, bye-bye.